A double shot of energy in the AM. Rob Thompson, Rudy J, R&R in the morning on San Antonio Sports Star. ESPN 1250 and 103.3 FM.
It's R&R in the morning. This, I'm told, is Eric Church. He will not be at the AT&T this Saturday. He will be in New Orleans at the Caesars Superdome, witnessing, excuse me, the end of an era, the first and only time that Mike Krzyzewski will coach against North Carolina in the tournament, and it happens to be the first game of the Final Four. Eric Church announces that he's not going to go to the concert. He's going to go to New Orleans, and the kickback, the fallout has been pretty extreme. A lot of people mad at him today.
No, he's not going to the concert. He's electing not to work. It's not like I can not go to the concert. Eric is deciding to take people's money and not come to work.
Yeah, he has. He's giving the money back.
Are we sure?
I'm pretty sure. My assumption will be that he'll give the money
But
back.
the thing is, man, so people like let's put pet pledge aside for this. Let's put the people that we got kids, you've gotten a sitter, maybe you've come from you've gotten a hotel, you plan to come from out of town. Am I getting my money back from my host?
Someone had flown in from California, and
people flying in from Cali. And you mean to tell me, because again, for certain concerts, you plan months out. Months. You went to the U2 guy, that's playing months in advance. Like if you're going to see a concert, sometimes this stuff is planned months in advance. And because Duke and Carolina are playing, first of all, it's not even the finals. It ain't even the finals. It's the semifinals. And you're telling 18,000 San Antonians, like if this was Austin, I don't care. Dallas, I don't care. You don't come in my backyard. You don't come in Rudy J's backyard and tell 18,000 of my neighbors I'm going to skip the concert because North Carolina is playing Duke in the semifinal. That is so unprofessional and so unbecoming of an entertainer. Like, dude, you tell everybody on stage, you tell all your staff, you tell everybody don't give me any updates, and you go and you watch the replay at the AT&T Center in your little green room after you've performed.
Here's a quote that'll make you mad. $800 airfare for two from Miami to Austin, $950 car rental, $500 a night hotel on the river in San Antonio, $2,000 for two front row tickets for the second time, all for naught. Mm-hmm. I hope North Carolina wins for your sake. I'm beyond disappointed. Damn, bro. A quote on Twitter.
That was a fan,
yep.
a paying fan.
Yep.
And see, it would happen to us.
You know, I understand the anger. I'm not that mad at Church. I'm really not.
No, because you love this. You love college basketball.
But on the other side of this, if you're like, say, a Morrissey fan, which most people go, who? But the guy was the lead singer of the Smiths back in the day. I've had tickets to see two of his shows in my life, and I didn't even get an excuse. It was like, I'm not performing today. So I understand the whims. As long as they get their money back, or maybe he'll reschedule, I kind of get it. If he, especially knowing that this guy isn't allowed.
Is he going to the game?
Yes,
is that what it is?
He's going to the game, and literally, normally you could go, there will be another game. No, there won't. There will not be another opportunity for a North Carolina fan to beat Duke ever again with Coach K as the coach.
I'm gonna need y'all San Antonian cards for a week.
So
I'm gonna need y'all's cards.
I'm not that mad at him.
Hand me your San Antonian cards that you're gonna let. But you know why you're not that mad? Because you didn't buy tickets, Rob.
No, you're right. But as a San Antonian, he'll be back. I'll just go to the next one. If I'm Californian, well, you should have gone and saw him there. He'll be back. Church will be back here. I'll go to that one.
No, yeah, Steve. So how's that different from a Spurs fan paying top dollar to see the Spurs play Miami? That's exactly. It's not different, Steve. It's not different. It's the same thing.
But it's exactly the same thing. But it's much more likely to have a show canceled the day of than it is for anything else. Now, I'm not saying what Church did is right, But I kind of understand if I was a North Carolina guy through and through, and I see this opportunity, which I have already gone on record. I thought, and I'm staying with others, this is going to be the biggest college basketball game of all time, if not the biggest, the most watched.
Well, I hope Duke beats them by 50.
You know what? I
hope
kind of
Duke
do
beats
too.
them by 50.
And
Screw you, Eric Church.
I'm not happy with Church, but I get it.
How can you get it?
Because
How can you get there,
once
to take off of work for other entertainment? Like,
Yeah.
lie to me and tell me you have COVID.
Well, he handled this poorly.
Lie to me.
I would have come up with another excuse.
Tell me there's a family emergency.
A band member.
Well, then if we see you at the crowd, you'd be like,
Exactly.
hey,
No, that's
Eric
why you
Church.
come up with band member. Band member, not member of the has tested positive or something. Where we
Now,
can't.
is this a big artist?
I think
Is he
so.
big?
Fairly
I've
big
heard
country
the
music
name.
artist, yeah.
I don't want to be going on, and this guy's.
Well, he's going to go to the
Wait.
AT&T, and people fly in from
if he's going to AT&T, it's a big artist.
$2,000 front row. So yeah, this is the guy people love.
I'm just wondering, is it because it's Wednesday and you're doing movie reviews with Jimenez that you're channeling your inner hypocrite? I don't care if this is Dallas or Austin.
Okay, so
I have a problem with this. I have a huge problem with this. I have a huge problem with this, man. Like, you don't get to take. This is not a guy that works at a call center that's calling in to go somewhere. People have paid money and been planning for this for a long time. For a basketball game?
You work in sports. This isn't just a basketball
To
game.
me,
And
it's
you
like,
know that.
no, to me it is.
Eric Church was the CMA Entertainer of the Year.
What? Come on.
In large part due to the live performance that he is well known for.
Come on, Rob. He's the performer of the year.
It's never happened before in the history of college basketball.
I would be, I'm not kidding. I would be upset, but I
Rob.
would kind of get it. I would.
But you're biased to this. You're biased to the pageantry that is this game.
I am. I would, if you're mad at him, never buy another ticket. Never
first of all,
listen
I don't
to his
even know
music.
who he is.
and I would go, you know what? I'm down with you.
I'm
But
fighting
on the
for my
other side of that,
neighbors.
as a basketball fan, I kind of look at Church and Wake and go, respect, bro. Because you have enough hand to tell 18,000 money-paying types, nah, not tonight. Your money and your enjoyment isn't that
But you know what?
important to me.
You see, let me tell you another reason why I'm upset.
I respect the honesty.
He would never do this to Nashville.
I think he might.
No, he would not.
Yeah.
He would not do this to Nashville.
I think he would.
He would.
This is huge, Rudy.
This has something to do. This is why I'm more upset. Is because it's like he looks at it and he's like, "Oh, San Antonio, yes, yeah, I'll leave them hanging at the altar." Like, it's a disrespect to my city because you don't think enough of my city to be like, "Damn, I'm gonna miss." There's certain country cities where I don't think Mr. What's his name again?
Eric Church.
Mr. Eric Church.
Mr. Eric Church. He's doing this because he don't respect my city. He would never do this to Nashville. You can't. That's the country capital of America. It's live music. No, he wouldn't. No, he wouldn't. No way. I need somebody to tweet Eric Church right now and say, would you do this to Nashville?
To the Grand Ole Opry? Would you leave him hanging 4 days before the show?
San Antonio. He's just like, oh man, it's San Antonio. This is no biggie. Like, because you got to think about it. Like, if he's never able to book San Antonio again, does it hurt him? If he's the country music artist of the year, it doesn't hurt him if he loses us.
Well, if he wants to continue to come to San Antonio, he's going to have to get into some classic rock. He could open up for like Frank Marino and Mahogany Rush.
Well, you know what? If
Saxon.
Don't ever put him on the jukebox while I'm there. I'm walking out.
You know, you could hear
wouldn't even
5
know.
Eric Church songs in a
I
row and
wouldn't-
you wouldn't know.
I'm going to play it as your walk-up music from now on.
None of us would know other than what kind of country music
This is not about me. Sometimes you got to fight for the greater good. And I'm fighting for my neighbor right now. If my neighbor spent $300 to see this cat, and he's going to see North Carolina get their faces stomped in because the basketball gods clearly are on Coach K's side.
So you're pulling for Duke now.
Yeah. Oh, see, this is what I was pulling for a storyline. At first, I was pulling for North Carolina to win because I wanted to see if Coach K would come back next year and coach one more game just to say I didn't. Because this Coach K really won his last game.
Zero faith in their fellow man today.
I'm like, I want Coach K to have to lose to North Carolina and be like, you know what? I can't have my last loss of my career to North Carolina. I want to come back, coach against Weber State, win, and go away. That's the storyline I was rooting for. But now that Eric Church has pulled an Ozzy Osbourne and peed all over the Alamo, I hope North Carolina gets their faces drummed in. How dare you do that to my fellow brethren? And it's Fiesta week?
Dude,
You gonna do that to us on Fiesta weekend kickoff?
ooh,
Come on,
Isn't that-
Church.
ooh,
And your last name is Church.
ooh. We don't forget. You brought up something that I do think needs to be pointed out. We're still talking about Ozzy.
I know, my bad. I don't know why.
That was so long
How
ago.
many years ago
Well,
was
I can
that,
tell
Rob?
you, it was so long ago. On that night, I dropped off my
Oh.
driver's ed teacher to go see this show. So it was before I could drive. I'm 55, and people still talking about Ozzy.
We need to let that go.
We haven't brought up the 10,000 homeless dudes, the 9,000 drunken Air Force dudes that have staggered around downtown and take a leak. But all we can talk about is Ozzy all those years ago, and that fool didn't know where he was.
You know what, Rob? Let's lay it to rest.
So Eric Church, you are screwed, bro. It's over for you. Don't even get in the Bear County line because we are never forgetting this.
Is there anybody listening that was going to this concert? Wow.
A spite win. I
Yeah,
appreciate that.
yeah,
That is
man.
a spite win.
Go Duke. And I've never uttered those words ever in my life. I've never uttered the two words go Duke until March 30th, 2022.
Here's the thing: that person that spent $2,000 on front row seats and $300 on a hotel and what was it, a couple hundred on
Yeah.
tickets to fly in
Yeah.
out of Miami,
Cali.
That
Cali,
was Miami, actually.
Oh,
Miami,
Yeah,
my bad.
$950 to fly in.
wherever it was. I'm gonna go with something that you've actually said. If you're spending that kind of money, you've got that kind of money anyway.
No,
You've
not-
said that on this show.
No, I said that about the guy that spent $500K on a football.
Yeah.
That's totally different. You can scratch and scrape and save up $2,000 to get to your favorite artist concert. That's totally different. Like I've spent my last on concerts and be like, hey man, that's my guy. I gotta go. I've seen Jay-Z 4 times. I probably couldn't afford any of them. I'd be mad.
And we will never forget Eric Church.
No.
Let it be written.
Eric, who?
Let it be known.
I'm gonna follow him on Twitter right now. I might
so
make
it was
it-
written.
I may make him block me by the
That-
day. I'm gonna be that guy.
Saturday, April 2nd will forever be known
As Eric
Eric Church Day. We will not forget. Oh no. We may forgive, but we will never forget. Moving on. Roger Goodell has evidently taken the last year off. We'll talk about the imminent, or maybe not,
One last
suspension
thing,
for
Rob,
Deshaun Watson.
at Barefoot Wizard, not to mention all the gig-based workers who lost a day of work.
True. All right.
Let's
where we
talk
go?
about the concession people's
That's right.
pledge that were counting on that money.
There's a Spurs game tonight.
Let's go to break. Let's go to break, man, because he's gonna make me mad.
Let's go to break with some Marriage Church music because we're not playing it here anymore.
This is the last Eric Church song.
Say
you will hear.
goodbye, Eric.
Get out of my city.
We're
Don't ever
passing
come
the
back.
offering plate. We're going to Luby's.